correct? And he was the assistant cameraman?
Second assistant.
Second assistant cameraman, and he did all the still photography. So everything on the back, all the VHS tapes and the new Blu-ray and all that. He was there, took all those photos.
Didn't get to keep any of them. We were shooting on film cameras back then, didn't have these little digital cameras, so I didn't get to keep anything.
Do you remember how long? If you don't mind, do like a little Q&A here. This is the fun part of me. I get to geek out. How long was the shoot? Do you remember at all?
It's 5 weeks.
Really? Wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. That was a normal for, we call it a flat film as opposed to 3D film.
Was the majority of the the cast and crew kind of from this area, or do you remember how the whole thing started and how you were approached to come on?
Yeah, it was through Earl Onsby. I was working for Earl Onsby at the time. I'd done some movies with him, and MPM, Motion Picture Marketing, came to him, and they used his crew and his equipment to shoot it.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm trying to think of what else I want to ask. Do you remember anything particular from here at Limestone that stands out, that was fun to shoot or hard to shoot? You guys did a lot of night stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the night stuff's usually hard because you have to work all night and try to sleep in the daytime.
I'm trying to think. So I think pretty much everyone's favorite still is from the gym scene when the killer's standing in the middle of the gym. Do you remember anything like about that?
Yeah, actually we shot that scene at Gardner-Webb College because Limestone didn't have a big enough gym.
I know, it's funny. So pretty much the only thing that was shot at Gardner-Webb that I know of was the interior of the gym and then the interior of the cafeteria. They pretend
scene where the weights were, the
killer
wrapped around the guy's neck. I'm not sure if that was Gardner-Webb. I think we shot some at Isothermal College too, a little bit on it.
Yeah, so I saw that. Do you remember what was shot there?
No, I'm thinking it might have been that scene where he got choked with the weights. That could have been at Gardner-Webb. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I mean the way it's edited, you would think that it was right there, back behind the gym. I know the door is kind of
I just don't remember.
I'd be interested to know what was shot there. It's so funny because you guys had access to 2 colleges, which is pretty. I mean, that's a lot. There's a lot of space to shoot at.
Yeah. That scene with him, they had him backlit, and he's just sort of a shadow standing there like that. Pretty imposing.
And I think you're right with because you mentioned something on Facebook about them maybe pulling from that image for the VHS and for all the marketing and that.
And they actually, I guess they had an artist do it, because when he was standing there, he didn't have if you look at that wide shot, he didn't have a knife in his hand.
Yeah.
But if you look at where they cropped it, just him standing there, he's got a knife in his hand. But if you look at the floor, there's no shadow of the knife in his hand. Yeah. So the artist forgot to draw it in the shadow, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine. It's some very, very cool artwork. Well, I appreciate you coming. Okay. Thanks so much.
One other thing, I remember when we shot in Winnie Davis, that's where the killer met his end.
Right, yeah. He's talking about the big building with the castle.
Yeah, and Courtney goes up the stairs and he goes up the stairs after her. And we had a big net there to catch them if any of them failed.
Really?
Yeah. And you can see that actually in some of my stills because I was shooting with a telephoto lens, trying to shoot through that net. You can actually see the little marks where the net was.
So when, I'm assuming Timothy did that drop, it fell, did he fall into a net when he?
I don't recall.
Do you remember how he did that?
I don't recall.
So,
it looked like a mannequin.
Really?
Like in the fall.
I think it was a mannequin.
Yeah, they probably just threw a mannequin on.
Yeah,
I'm sure they did.
Now that you mention it, I think it was. And the guy that shot the arrow at him, his name was Jerry Rushing. And if you ever watched the Dukes of Hazzard, Jerry and his brother were the real Dukes of Hazzard.
That's cool.
That the story was based on. And the killer, he was a real karate guy. He said he could catch arrows, so we put him to the test. But they had a little thing on the tail end of the arrow, you'll see it. to slow it down when they shot it.
Because it looks like that, I mean, I don't know if I'm crazy, it looks like that scene was kind of sped up a little bit, like maybe the arrow was too.
Yeah, probably.
But I was really surprised that he actually did catch the arrow.
Yeah, he actually caught him.
Yeah, so Timothy, the killer from the film, he have a little intro video of him that he recorded for everyone. It's very blurry. I don't know why he recorded it blurry, but it has some really cool stories. I would love to would have had him here to talk, because he has so many. You remember so many specific stories from the shooting of the film. And he says one thing regarding the weights where something went a little wrong, and people don't really talk about, but he mentions that in there too. But, well, again, I really appreciate you coming.
Enjoy. Come on.
Yeah, thank you.